well-founded, that it's Taylor Swift, her BFF, at the Reynolds penthouse in Manhattan, where Ryan Reynolds allegedly bullied Justin so badly that a Sony representative who was there, the production team behind the movie, and her biggest takeaway was, I am very sorry that I let him get away with doing that to Justin. It was so nasty.
What happens when one of Hollywood's most charming actresses, a rising director, and the queen of pop music find themselves entangled in a $400 million legal battle? The answer is a whirlwind of accusations, private group chats, and behind-the-scenes power plays that have left the entertainment world in shock. At the heart of this drama is It Ends With Us, a movie adaptation that promised cinematic magic, but instead delivered chaos both on and off the set. Blake Lively, known for her elegance and sharp wit, reportedly clashed with director Justin Baldoni over creative control. But this wasn't just a typical Hollywood feud, it escalated into a battle of influence, with Lively enlisting her dragons, none other than her husband Ryan Reynolds and her close friend Taylor Swift, to back her up.
Now you see text messages in this lawsuit from Blake Lively comparing herself to the heroine of Game of Thrones, the fiercest female character we've seen in years, Khaleesi. And that's what Blake Lively says in a text message, that she too has her dragons, Ryan Reynolds and Taylor Swift.
And here's where things take a shocking turn. Taylor Swift, who's typically breaking records and inspiring fandoms, is now accused of being part of a secret campaign to undermine Baldoni. Private messages, allegations of defamation, and media firestorms, this legal saga has all the twists and turns of a blockbuster thriller. So, how did Taylor Swift go from chart-topping pop icon to being dubbed Hollywood's most unexpected dragon? And more importantly, how is she navigating the heat of this scandal? Stick around, because this story is just getting started.
But it's all going to be based on evidence. It's not going to be just a lawsuit. It's going to be the kind of lawsuit that is full of evidence, admissions, documents, which prove exactly what she did and how she bullied her way through the process to take over the movie and used her PR people to try and destroy Justin.
It all started with It Ends With Us, the much-anticipated movie adaptation of Colleen Hoover's best-selling novel. On paper, the project seemed like a recipe for success. Blake Lively, beloved for her on-screen charm, was set to star, while Justin Baldoni, celebrated for his role in Jane the Virgin, took on the dual roles of director and producer. But what unfolded behind the scenes turned out to be far from harmonious. Reports of tension began to surface early in production. According to insiders, Lively wasn't content with simply acting in the film. She wanted more creative input. This led to frequent clashes with Baldoni, who struggled to maintain his authority on set. What started as professional disagreements quickly spiraled into a high-stakes power struggle, with Lively reportedly calling on her closest allies, her husband Ryan Reynolds and pop superstar Taylor Swift, for support. Court documents reveal that in private messages, Lively referred to her inner circle as her dragons, powerful figures she could rely on to defend her interests. While the term may sound playful, its implications were far more serious. Baldoni alleges that Lively and her so-called dragons worked behind the scenes to undermine his creative control over the film. And then there's Taylor Swift, whose name in this controversy sent shockwaves through the entertainment world. Known for her carefully managed public image and ability to turn personal drama into chart-topping hits, Swift's alleged involvement added an unexpected layer of intrigue to the already messy situation. But what exactly did Taylor do? And how deep does her role go? Baldoni's claims suggest something much more calculated than casual support for a friend. As the details of the lawsuit emerged, so did questions about the extent of her influence, and whether Hollywood's sweetheart had unexpectedly stepped into a far darker narrative. Taylor Swift's name appearing in a lawsuit valued at $400 million wasn't something anyone saw coming. For years, she's been known as a master of her craft, using personal experiences to create global hits. But now, instead of penning lyrics about heartbreak and resilience, she's been dragged into what feels more like a courtroom thriller than a pop anthem. The controversy centers around private group chats revealed in court documents, where Swift allegedly participated in discussions with Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. These conversations, according to Justin Baldoni, were part of a coordinated effort to challenge his authority as director and producer. Baldoni paints a picture of Swift as more than just a passive observer. He claims she was an active participant, leveraging her influence to sway decisions behind the scenes. The term dragons, used by Lively to describe her inner circle, has taken on an ominous tone. In these chats, Swift is said to have supported Lively's push for creative control, but Baldoni goes even further, accusing her of contributing to a broader campaign to damage his reputation. While the exact contents of these group messages remain undisclosed, their mere existence has sparked endless speculation. For Swift, the stakes are uniquely high. Her brand is built on themes of empowerment, independence, and rising above the drama. Now, she's being accused of being part of a Hollywood power play, a role that seems entirely at odds with her public persona. Was she just lending a supportive hand to a friend, or does this lawsuit reveal a side of her the public has never seen? As the details unfold, the world is left wondering, how did one of the music industry's most beloved figures become embroiled in such a scandal? And if Baldoni's allegations hold any weight, what does this mean for Taylor Swift's carefully curated legacy?
Well founded that it's Taylor Swift, her BFF, at the Reynolds penthouse in Manhattan, where Ryan Reynolds allegedly bullied Justin so badly that a Sony representative who was there, the production team behind the movie, and her biggest takeaway was, I am very sorry that I let him get away with doing that to Justin. It was so nasty.
Justin Baldoni's lawsuit is nothing short of explosive. At the core of his $400 million claim are accusations that go beyond creative differences. Baldoni alleges that Blake Lively, supported by her so-called dragons, Ryan Reynolds and Taylor Swift, orchestrated a campaign to strip him of his authority on the set of It Ends With Us. According to the court documents, this wasn't just about disagreements over artistic direction. It was personal. Baldoni claims that Lively and her inner circle engaged in tactics designed to undermine his reputation. From passive-aggressive messages to outright threats, the alleged campaign included damaging rumors spread through Hollywood circles, all aimed at pressuring him into relinquishing control. Perhaps the most jaw-dropping revelation involves the private group chats where Taylor Swift allegedly participated in discussions to influence Baldoni's decisions. While these messages remain under wraps, their existence has ignited a media frenzy. Baldoni portrays Swift as a behind-the-scenes power player, using her influence to sway public perception and strengthen Lively's position. The defamation claims are just as shocking. Baldoni accuses Lively's team of actively tarnishing his reputation, describing their actions as a deliberate attempt to sabotage his career. This, he argues, was not just a power play, but a calculated move to wrest creative control away from him. For Taylor Swift, this lawsuit is an unprecedented challenge. Her involvement, intentional or not, risks pulling her into a legal and public relations firestorm. And as the lawsuit gains traction, the media spotlight grows brighter, with Swift's name now appearing not on Billboard charts, but in legal headlines. As the allegations continue to unravel, one thing is certain: this legal battle is unlike anything Hollywood has seen in years. But the real question remains: how much of it is true? And how much is simply another case of celebrity gossip spiraling out of control? When news of the lawsuit broke, the entertainment world erupted into chaos. Social media became a battleground as fans, critics, and industry insiders scrambled to make sense of the allegations. At the center of it all was Taylor Swift, whose involvement sparked a media frenzy unlike anything Hollywood had seen in years. Swift's fiercely loyal fan base, the Swifties, wasted no time coming to her defense. Memes and hashtags flooded platforms like Twitter and Instagram, painting Taylor as an innocent bystander caught in a Hollywood feud. One viral post joked, "Taylor Swift just dropped her latest surprise project, Law & Order, Swift's version," while others speculated that Baldoni might become the subject of her next diss track. But not everyone was convinced of Swift's innocence. Critics questioned her uncharacteristic silence, suggesting that her usual mastery of public narratives was faltering under the weight of these accusations. Some wondered if her decision to stay quiet was a calculated move to avoid adding fuel to the fire, or if it hinted at something more. The media, of course, had a field day. Headlines dissected every detail of the court documents, from the dragon label to the alleged group chats. Industry insiders offered divided opinions, with some supporting Baldoni's claims of manipulation and others dismissing them as desperate attempts to draw Swift into a conflict she had little to do with. The lawsuit also reignited debates about celebrity friendships. Should someone like Taylor Swift, whose influence can shape public perception, get involved in a friend's professional disputes? And if so, where is the line between offering support and being accused of manipulation? The public's response was equally polarizing. For some, the idea of Swift as a Hollywood power player was thrilling, adding a new dimension to her already complex persona. For others, it was unsettling, a stark departure from the empowering figure she had always portrayed. As the memes and gossip continued to circulate, one thing is clear: this lawsuit isn't just about defamation or creative control. It's about the power dynamics of Hollywood's elite and the delicate balance of personal and professional influence. And for Taylor Swift, it's a test of her ability to navigate a narrative that, for once, might be beyond her control.
What Ryan Reynolds, has seemingly done, right, is used his power and influence to not only help Blake Lively take over this movie, but, he's used it, on Deadpool and to make fun of Justin Baldoni.
Taylor Swift has faced controversies before: her public feud with Kanye West, her battle for ownership of her music catalog, but this lawsuit presents a challenge of an entirely different kind. Unlike previous disputes, where Swift controlled the narrative through music or carefully worded statements, this time the narrative feels out of her hands. Justin Baldoni's allegations have thrust Swift into unfamiliar territory, the chaotic world of Hollywood legal battles, where private messages and power plays threaten to overshadow her meticulously crafted public image. Her reputation, built on themes of empowerment and authenticity, now faces scrutiny in ways it never has before. For someone who has mastered the art of turning personal struggles into anthems of resilience, this moment is uniquely precarious. Swift's uncharacteristic silence has been particularly striking. Known for addressing controversies head-on, whether through cryptic lyrics or public statements, she's opted for a quiet approach this time, leaving fans and critics alike speculating about her next move. Some argue her silence is a sign of wisdom, a strategic decision to let the storm pass without adding fuel to the fire. Others see it as a misstep, questioning whether her reluctance to speak out suggests guilt or uncertainty. Meanwhile, whispers of potential subpoenas loom in the background, threatening to expose private group chats and add even more layers of scrutiny to an already volatile situation. For Swift, the stakes couldn't be higher. Her image as a symbol of independence and empowerment risks being overshadowed by accusations of manipulation and behind-the-scenes influence. Even if her involvement was limited or misunderstood, the perception alone could have lasting repercussions. Yet, history has shown that Swift has an uncanny ability to turn challenges into opportunities. From reclaiming her narrative during the Reputation era to becoming a vocal advocate for artist rights, she's consistently proven her resilience. But this time, the narrative isn't entirely hers to shape. The world is watching to see how she navigates this unexpected chapter in her career, and whether she'll emerge unscathed or with new lessons learned. This lawsuit isn't just about creative differences or a few heated text messages. It's a glimpse into the power dynamics of Hollywood's elite. Beyond Taylor Swift, Blake Lively, and Justin Baldoni, this case raises questions about the influence of celebrity friendships, the weight of public perception, and the consequences of behind-the-scenes decisions. For Justin Baldoni, the stakes are nothing short of career-defining. If his allegations hold, this lawsuit could reshape how Hollywood handles disputes over creative control. On the flip side, if the claims are dismissed, it could damage his credibility, leaving his reputation in tatters. Blake Lively's ambitions are also under the microscope. Was her desire for creative input an innocent quest for artistic collaboration, or did it cross into calculated manipulation? And what of Ryan Reynolds, whose involvement remains largely speculative, but adds yet another layer of intrigue to the drama? Then there's Taylor Swift, whose role in this legal saga remains the biggest mystery. As the lawsuit progresses, the possibility of her private messages being subpoenaed looms large, threatening to pull her further into the public eye. For a figure as influential as Swift, the fallout could redefine how she's perceived. not just as an artist, but as a cultural icon. The media frenzy surrounding the case has already had ripple effects. Industry insiders are questioning whether this legal battle will set a precedent for how private interactions between celebrities are scrutinized in court. Fans and critics alike are debating the ethics of using one's influence to support a friend versus meddling in professional disputes. And as more details emerge, the public's appetite for answers shows no signs of waning. At its core, this lawsuit isn't just about the individuals involved, it's a reflection of the high-stakes world of Hollywood, where reputations can rise or fall in an instant. The question remains, will this saga fade into the background like so many scandals before it? Or will it leave a lasting mark on the careers and lives of those involved?
And weirdly, 1 hour later, I had our pitch with Kevin Feige and all the Marvel people, and Sean and I were going to tell them that we're going to punt for a year or two and come back to this later when we all have like a clearer head and stuff. So on that Zoom with those guys, we just pivoted and literally made up out of thin air the story of Deadpool and Wolverine, which is actually what we ended up. Sometimes when you're just so full of and you go with it, you end up actually kind of hitting the bullseye.
As the lawsuit continues to unfold, one thing is clear. This isn't just another Hollywood scandal. It's a story filled with ambition, influence, and the unexpected intersection of music and film. For Taylor Swift, Blake Lively, and Justin Baldoni, the stakes couldn't be higher. Will Taylor Swift's carefully crafted reputation emerge unscathed? Or will this legal battle reveal a side of her the public has never seen? Is Blake Lively a creative visionary fighting for her voice, or a Hollywood powerhouse willing to push boundaries to get her way? And for Justin Baldoni, does this lawsuit mark a bold stand for his professional integrity, or is it an overreach in a chaotic dispute? The truth, as it often does, likely lies somewhere in between. But one thing is certain. The drama has captivated the public, creating a narrative as compelling as the movie that sparked it. Whether this story becomes a mere footnote in Hollywood history or a defining moment for its key players remains to be seen. And as we wait for the next twist in this saga, we want to hear from you. Do you think Taylor Swift's involvement was intentional or blown out of proportion? Is this just another case of Hollywood egos colliding, or something far more calculated? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the drama that keeps Hollywood buzzing. The show might be over for now, but if history has taught us anything, it's that there's always another act waiting to begin. Stay tuned, because in Hollywood, the drama never truly ends. All right, show's over. Hungry for more twists? You know where to find us. Keep that popcorn hot, we'll handle the drama. Want to catch the next showdown in real time? Hit subscribe and buckle up.